Thank you, Mr. Controller. It is disappointing that such an important matter has been refused debate up to now, a proper debate up to now in this Dáil. Inward migration has been left run out of control in this country. In a recent Red C poll, it was very clear that over 70% of people in this country have said we have done enough. But this government have ignored our concerns and rolled on as if the people of Ireland should not be listened to. We all know now that recent statements by the Taoiseach, where he says we should slow the flow, is coming too late. But the massive majority here know in this country that the slowing of the flowing should have started last year. Our government have made shocking mistakes by opening our doors to everyone and anyone, especially to those non-documented. This has led to genuine fear throughout our island. As a local public representative, I find it impossible to find any information unless you find it out from the owner of the buildings and try and squeeze information out of him or her. Some have made, of these people have made millions and millions on housing refugees. This government does not give a damn whether these refugees have slate, metal or plastic over their heads, as long as we flood Ireland with inward migrants. The government and most opposition here in the Dáil will stoop to all levels before they allow democracy, a simple debate and an agreed way forward. Some politicians have moved this debate towards name-calling and some indecent comments in incitement to hatred. This debate is about a very important topic, one that people discuss in kitchens, workplaces and coffee shops all over our country. We're here to talk about the challenges our immigration and asylum system, which has been a major topic of discussion in our country. Many people are worried about how it affects our communities and resources, and that's why we brought up this topic. First, let me be clear. We support immigration and welcome people who come here seeking asylum or to work and contribute positively to our society. We recognise the benefits that migration has brought to Ireland, especially in sectors like healthcare. However, we believe that the government should have the authority to regulate the number of people coming in. Right now, it seems like the government is avoiding dealing with immigration issues directly. This reflects a larger lack of leadership, which may come from disagreements among ministers or a lack of ability to handle these challenges. While the government says they are active, it often seems they're just busy without making real progress. Over the past 18 months, the government have been avoiding discussing immigration, saying it's not the right time. But we believe now is the perfect time to have an open conversation, because many people are genuinely deeply concerned. We're bringing up this motion because we think Ireland's immigration policies should be sustainable and have the support of the public right now. The government's policies don't meet these criteria. We need a strong system to determine refugee status efficiently, and if someone doesn't qualify, to facilitate their return at the same time. We should allow a controlled number of economically essential migrants. Ignoring this could lead to problems we've seen in other parts of Europe. Communities all over Ireland are finding out about the relocation of asylum seekers without proper preparation, consultation or notice. Regardless of whether you agree with these objections or protests, these communities have a right to voice their concerns. It's not just the government. Some on the far left, including some members of this House, dismiss anyone with legitimate concerns about immigration. This approach, which suppresses discussion, can contribute to the rise of far-right sentiments. The government needs to address these issues promptly to ensure a balanced and responsible approach to immigration in Ireland. The current situation can continue. Additionally, the government has said that Ireland has a legal obligation under EU law to accept unlimited numbers of asylum seekers. But this is not true. Ireland is not bound by EU law on immigration or asylum matters. When the EU proposes laws in these areas, Ireland has 3 months to decide if they want to participate. If they don't opt in, they're considered to have opted out, and the discussion can go on without them. Any laws passed then apply to other EU countries, but not Ireland. So Ireland is not legally required to accept unlimited numbers. The Department of Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth reports a significant 37% increase in non-Ukrainian residents in International Protection Accommodation Services, IPAS, in 2023. Reaching a total of 26,092 by November the 26th, 2023. Currently, there are more than 26,092 IPAS residents in over 200 centres across Ireland, a 150% increase from the 10,447 residents in March 2022. The cost of IPAS accommodation alone in 2022 was €356 million. and it's expected to exceed €500 million in 2023. Additionally, IPAS residents receive a weekly allowance after meals are provided, and they can apply for further financial support if needed. It's important to note that all these expenses are borne by taxpayers, which is a concern for the public. The lack of transparency in the significant financial matters underscores the need for an inclusive and informed discussion. In 2022, international protection applications surged to 13,651, a 415% increase from 2021 and a 186% increase from 2019. Georgia became the leading country of origin in 2022, despite being designated as a safe country of origin by the Department of Justice. The cost to taxpayers for accommodation IPAS asylum applications from 2016 to 2022 exceeds €1 billion. In October alone, 1,382 asylum seekers arrived, with 50% being single males, now making up over 48% of all IPAS residents. Communities across the country have expressed concerns about safety, strained resources and facilities due to the overcrowded accommodation, including repurposed nursing homes for single males, the lack of a clear way to distinguish genuine asylum seekers from other burdens the immigration and IPAS system and causes anxiety in local communities. The data shows a concerning average of 45 daily arrivals in October, a 250% increase from April's average of 18 daily arrivals. While other European Union countries are tightening immigration laws, Ireland's more lenient laws attract asylum seekers, leading to what is now known as asylum tourism. The government's immigration policy is seen as reckless and ineffective, resulting in a staggering 270% increase in the number of residents in the IPAS system since the current coalition took office. Despite the increase in immigration, the number of non-EU nationals deported due to criminality has dropped significantly. A recent opinion poll emphasises the public's concerns about immigration and the need for genuine debate on this topic. The influx of non-Ukrainian asylum seekers has put a strain on the Department of Children, Equality, Disability and Integration and Youth's finances and accommodation demands. The rise in interest penalties reflects the chaotic system in place and the Department's inability to handle payments efficiently. This highlights the need for a more organised and transparent approach. The government's amendment is intentionally misleading and diverges from the general concerns of the public. The government's consistent response has been to gaslight the issue, manipulating information, distorting facts and denying reality to sow doubt and confusion. This deliberate tactic undermines the public trust, obscures accountability and impedes constructive dialogue on this pressing matter. Our motion explicitly does not criticise the influx of Ukrainian refugees or immigrants coming here to work, extending a warm welcome to both groups. Instead, it specifically raises concerns about the large number of non-Ukrainian asylum seekers, many of whom are single males from safe countries of origin. The government's response has disregarded this concern, despite the country facing a critical shortage of accommodation for continuing influx of IPAS applicants. Moreover, the government's resorting to condescending sneering at individuals expressing concerns about uncapped numbers of asylum seekers not only dismisses valid apprehensions held across the state, but also creates a hostile environment that discourages open discourse. This approach undermines democratic principles, stifles public engagement and fosters disdain for those seeking transparency and accountability in government policies, contributing to the breakdown of the social contract between the state and the people. The government's amendment is tone deaf to the genuine held concerns expressed about immigration nationwide, as confirmed by numerous recent opinion polls, showing that a majority of Irish people believe Ireland has taken in far too many refugees. The government's response to our motion is neither rational nor fair. Instead, it is divisive and lacking. It provides no plan or strategy to address this crisis, which has been caused by a government's policy position in immigration. The government's amendment falsely implies engagement without local communities throughout Ireland who have had asylum seekers placed in their local areas. However, there has been zero engagement before asylum seekers are placed in accommodation centres. The Government's amendment fosters division by branding anyone raising valid concerns as spreading disinformation, being racist, xenophobic, or engaged in conspiracy theories. These gaslights the situation rather than addressing the need for a government that listens to the public, open dialogue and debate, and unites a country while implementing reasonable and fair immigration policy. And meanwhile, Labour is advocating for more funding for immigration centres, an increase in asylum seekers coming into the country despite no available accommodation, and fast-tracking hate speeches. And I will not be silenced while I am in this chamber on any issues of serious concern to my electorate going forward on this issue.
Now to Sinn Féin